The cold winter months are here, and you know what that means. Time for a new Mayhem album. Yes, the black metal legends are returning with their new album, Liturgy of Death, this Friday. The follow-up to the really rather excellent Daemon from a few years ago. I think that was just before the pandemic here around the world, if I remember rightly. Here around the world. Anyway, yes, I'm not going to say there's a correlation between Mayhem releasing an album and the world being plunged into darkness for a bit, but a little bit dodgy, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, black metal legends Mayhem. Some of you know their backstory. It is a very dark backstory for the most part. If you don't know it, I'm not going to go into it here. Look it up through Google. Just be warned, it is rather extreme in some cases. Anyway, they are known for, of course, helping be a cornerstone of what has become black metal, releasing the absolutely phenomenal Death Crush EP, and of course, Dom Satanas, the shirt of which I am indeed wearing here right now. I just want to say, of course, I don't support any of the right-wing views that the band have had in the past. I believe I had right-wing views. I've had interesting views on things. I don't support any of that, but I do enjoy the music quite a lot. I'm a black metal fan. You can't really be a black metal fan without at least liking one Mayhem album. It's usually this one, The Mysterious. So anyway, yes, peddling their brand of raw black metal at the beginning. They've had a up and down career, along with a lot of the live shows can be hit or miss from what I hear. I've not had the pleasure of seeing them. They've been on a rare vein of form over the last couple of albums. Liturgy of Death, we'll get into in a moment. And of course, Daemon was an excellent album. The album before that, however, which was Esoteric Warfare. I keep going to call it Psywar because that was a single, but no. Esoteric Warfare, not very good. Not very good for me. It never clicked with me. Psywar was the only decent song on it for me. That was a very down moment. And of course, you've got the one, Grand Declaration of War, which was their experimental album. They tried something different. I appreciate they did that. But it didn't quite work. Half the tracks were good. The rest of it was a little bit of a directionless mess that didn't quite come together as I think they were hoping. Whether that was due to issues in the studio or not, I don't know. But yes, anyway, my favourite release by Mayhem is not actually an album. It is the EP Wolfslayer Abyss. That 5-track EP is absolutely phenomenal. And if you like your black metal and you've never listened to it, I cannot recommend it enough. Every track on it, absolutely brilliant. I actually rate it above De Mysterious because, yeah, I'm that guy. But I do love De Mysterious. I wouldn't have the shirt otherwise. It's enough of me waffling on about how long I've listened to Mayhem, and we're 3 minutes in already. So yeah, Liturgy of Death, the new release. I've listened to it. Being a radio DJ, the record label sent me a MP3 copy of it early, so I could listen to it. Just finished listening to it. I've just repeated myself 3 times there. It's good a review, isn't it? And yeah, it's continuing a good vein of form for the band. Obviously, they tend to take their time between releases. This has always kind of been the case. But if you had any fear that this wouldn't match up to the high of Chimera, I keep calling it Chimera, of Daemon, then I can assuage those fears now. This is as good as Daemon, if not possibly slightly better. We start with the track Ephemeral Eternity, which is absolutely superb. And then we go into the absolutely blistering, like it blows out, like it comes screaming out these speakers, the song Despair. They're absolutely superb. Love that song. Then we have Weep for Nothing, another absolute rager. Aeon's End is where the wheels come off a little bit for it on this album for me. It's a good song, but I don't know, it took its while to get its claws in me properly. Maybe I'll like it more as the listens go on. This is sort of a review based on a single listen. But for me, yeah, I will say that on a first listen, the first half of this album is the stronger half. The latter half, possibly growers, but they're not bad. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad or terrible or anything. They're just not as strong as those first 3-4 songs for me. Although the last song, the last 2 songs are pretty good. Propitious Death, yeah, and The Sentience of Absolution, which is a slow build up into something absolutely epic and Mayhem-like. Now this does kind of hit every kind of evolution that they've had. You have moments here that sound like De Mysterious, with those spooky kind of clean vocals from Sihar, making that a welcome return in this album, as they should be on every album he's on. You got the raging riffs, as always. The band just knows how to get a good black metal riff going. So yeah, all in all, although it didn't quite come together fully for me to be another classic, I did enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Chimera, which was quite a lot. Is it got to beat De Mysterious? No, not on a first listen. But that's quite hard. I've had like at least 20 years of listening to De Mysterious. So it's quite hard to kind of get away from that favoritism on that. And it ain't going to beat Wolfslayer Abyss for me either. But if you're a Mayhem fan, if you're a black metal fan, it's probably a good album to start with as well. If it's your first time with Mayhem, although I would still say get De Mysterious first. Because you need to get used to Attila Sihar's vocals. Because I will admit, the first time I heard Mayhem, and those clean vocals come in, the spooky vocals, as it were, I laughed my ass off. It took a while to get used to that. But once you do, you let the atmosphere permeate you. Along with this album, I think it's a case of letting the atmosphere permeate me more. Then, yeah, you will become a Mayhem fan. So, all in all, Liturgy of Death gets 8.5 out of 10 from me. It might rise as I listen to it more. But all in all, we were all probably worried that this might be another disappointing album with how good Damon was. I actually got the album name right then. But they've continued. I seem to be going on an upwards trajectory. So looking forward to the next album now, and maybe I'll actually get to see him live this tour. Anyway, this has been Psychosin. That's my review of Mayhem's Liturgy of Death.